Hey folks, Matt here with Zulu Bravo. I want to take a minute today and talk to you about one of my favorite knife makers, Ian Wendt, who is the guy behind Special Circumstances Inc. And as luck would have it, I actually have a number of items that he has either created or worked on here in my shop, and wanted to take a minute before I ship some things out to talk to you a little bit about his work. So Ian is a knife maker who is really one of the very few that I would recommend as someone who truly understands the problems faced in personal defense. Ian is a knife maker who trains in a multidisciplinary approach and understands really what it takes to create a functional design that is both compact and able to be carried, as well as effective when it comes to being used to protecting yourself. So, one of the things that really stands out about Ian is the materials that he uses. He uses almost exclusively titanium, carbon fiber, and G10. And I have an example of that right here. This is a variant of his Xerxes design, and this is one that I asked him to modify and create this hook design here, where this area is removed. Normally this would be a normal sweeping edge through here, but he removed this area here. So, let you get a little bit of shot of this. Let me read focus. All right, so this is a knife that has a core of titanium, which is then bonded to carbon fiber, and then has a layer of G10 overlaid for the handle. So the blade, if you can see here, is actually 3 layers, titanium with carbon fiber on either sides, and then the knife itself, the handle, is 5 layers, titanium with carbon fiber on either sides, and then G10 on either side of that for the handle slabs. So a lot of Ian's designs are fairly aggressive. Let me get the camera to refocus here. Are fairly aggressive. Again, they are generally purpose-driven as defensive tools. So one of the things that Ian is kind of known for is this handle texturing that he does. Give you a little better shot of this. This texturing that he does that is not done just to the sides of the handle, but is done around it as well. Around the sides, the back, even down here along the finger choil. So, another shot of it here. Again, this is a Xerxes, and this is the S variant that is one that I had asked for. This hook right here creates a very aggressive cutting profile right here at the heel of the blade that has a lot of the cutting power that a hawkbill blade would, while still retaining a more conventional edge and tip, so that the knife does not have some of the limitations that a hawkbill would. So it's double-edged, which means we don't really have the 4 primary grips that we would normally have with a knife. Foregrip, edge out, edge in, and then reverse grip, edge out, and edge in. Since it is double-edged, it's sharp on this side, and on the rear, we are either in reverse grip or forward grip. So that hook, again, creates a very aggressive cutting profile at the heel of the blade, retains a more traditional shape here that's effective for snap cuts, and then has the rearward edge for reverse edge methodology, either in forward grip or in bacal. And you may notice the point seems like it's a little low. You'll notice it's got a kind of a negative cant here to the design. But what that is for is it works very, very well when thrusting with a little bit of range. Having the tip raised like that rather than being dropped more like a spear point would be, means that at a little bit of range, this impacts with the point much more effectively than it would were the point to be brought back a little bit. So anyways, this is one of his full-blown customs. Again, all titanium, carbon fiber, and G10. Just, I cannot speak highly enough of just how incredible Ian's work is. I had seen his work online for a number of years and didn't have a chance to handle it until I was at Polypalooza a couple of years ago. And anyways, was just blown away. Not only are are that the knives are super light. You know, they're half the weight or less of what you would expect them to be, again, being made out of those materials. But also, one of the things that really impressed me was, if you've ever handled titanium knives before, you know that the edge, it isn't always the sharpest due to the carbonization, which you can see here, the pattern. The camera refocus. You can see here the pattern that Ian has laid out along the edge. Due to that carbonization there to help the soft titanium hold an edge, a lot of times the titanium knife will have a pretty soft edge, or I'm sorry, not a soft edge, but a fairly saw-like edge, and it won't tend to always want to, it'll cut, but it won't feel the way the steel edge will. It's not razor sharp. Anyways, one of the things that blew me away about Ian's knives is that they are absolutely razor sharp. I have never handled a titanium knife that is as sharp as his are. I'm just blown away by that. So anyways, like I said, when it comes to knife makers who really understand the problem of personal defense and make effective designs for it, Ian is one of just a handful of makers that I would recommend. But